I'm Skaty with MCS. So today I have a review for you guys on the Pistelle. Let's check it out. So I have the Pistelle right here, and some of the Pistelle option that you can get. Let's show really quick on how they look. First one here, we're gonna have this holster coming to you in a few months, and this holster can house your Pistelle. You can also do the laser in there as well. Just goes in, locked in place. So we're about a few months away from having this holster available. Next one, we're gonna have this kit. So you're gonna be able to get this kit right here with the folding buttstock, and then you can able to get the magazine holder right here in the front. So in other words, that you can put a magazine in, stick it out, put it back in. It's just a spare magazine. You can fold up real nice. You can use a longer barrel with your Pistelle setup. And this kit, you can get the whole lower assembly with the buttstock or with the grip, the couple of options you can get for that. This will be available in a few weeks. Right, now we're going to show really quick on how to maintain this unit right here. First, it's a lot of question about barrels. We have the stainless steel barrel, and then we have the stock aluminum barrel. And with this barrel, the stainless steel one, it has a tighter bore. So when you shoot it, you gotta make sure that your projectile is able to go through the barrel. I'm gonna show really quick here. This is, you're gonna shoot metal balls like this aluminum ball right here. You want to shoot with the stainless steel barrel, because if you're gonna shoot with the aluminum barrel, the stock one, it may wear it out and it cause the barrel to be damaged. I'm gonna show really quick on the barrel here how the bore tight looks like. This is the stock barrel. You can see here. You can see that or hear that the ball dropped down right away. And this is the stainless steel barrel. You can see it go down slowly. So that to show you how tight the bore of the stainless steel barrel is. All right, going to show you how to take this thing apart to maintain it. There are two screws right here, one in the front, one in the back. Make sure your air tank is empty. That's off. Remove out the magazine. Take the screw off in the front. And then one in the back. Once that's done, make sure you don't lose your screws. Pull it out. You pull out the lower. And there's a bar here. Keep your finger on it and then pull it out so it doesn't pop out quickly. That's it. If you're fixing a leak, at this point right now, you can actually put a cylinder in and find out where the leak is located. So I'm going to show you a couple different locations where the leak can possibly occur. If you have a couple different locations, see the steel ball right here? If you have air leak come out of the steel ball, it is more likely that it's O-ring inside here. If you have a leaking out from here, there's also a valve inside here, which I'm going to show you later. And then if it's leaking out in the center in the barrel here, it's going to be the main valve. So at this point right here, you can put in your cylinder and find out where the leak is located. Keep in mind, make sure you wear your safety. That way, if something comes off, doesn't hit your eye or get injury from it. But from here, you just turn the knob. Now you can just punch the cylinder. There's no leak to it, but if you want to figure out where the leak is, you can definitely do it like this right here. I'm keeping this bar, my thumb, so the bar doesn't come out right there. All right, but right now you can, if there is a leaking location, you will spot it and find out where the leak is, so you can replace the appropriate O-ring. I'm gonna discharge the air so that way we can disassemble this unit. There you go, emptied out. So I'm going to show you how really quick on how to take this unit apart, and then I'm going to show you where each one of these O-rings are located into this kit. All right, you have your bar here. You can take this bar, kind of come loose right there. All right, the first part we're going to do is we're going to remove the back valve right here using the wrench. That's your back piston. And on the back right here, this whole assembly can come out. right there. Gonna put it right here and gonna show really quick on where they go. The next one we're gonna do is we're gonna remove these two screws right here, and that will release your main sear. One screw. Here's another one. When you pull it out, there's a little lever here. You pull this lever out right there, and then this whole plate, you just pull the whole plate out right there. And you can see that inside here you have your sear. This is the main mechanism to shoot the unit. Then you want to remove it out so that way you can access the valve inside. So now you want to pull that pin out. This pin will remove the little sear below there. If you really want to get everything out, you have to get it out. So that's your sear part of it. Now you can pull the valve inside out. That goes all the way inside. And there's an O-ring right behind it. And this O-ring goes right here. All right, you're gonna take this barrel off. Right here. And there are two O-rings under here, which I'm gonna show really quick here, which you're not gonna want to take apart. It's gonna be kept inside there. This little valve inside it goes right here. If you want to take it off, you have to use a vice grip or something really nice and firm to be able to remove it. I removed it earlier. You see this little mark here I put in? So that's one goes there. All right. So that's pretty much all the O-rings that we removed. Going to show really quick on where the O-rings located. Okay. So this is the kit that come with the gun. So from the external, from all these right here, there's a couple more O-rings inside here, which we're going to go in after this. But for what we have now, I'm going to show you which O-ring goes where. There's this big O-ring right here. That one goes right there. I'm going to pull this out. This next big one here, that one goes right there. The smaller one, that one goes right there. There's this black O-ring right here. This black O-ring goes right there where the barrel is. The smaller O-ring, it goes right here, right there. And there's this one right here. This one actually goes inside here, in between that part right here. You can see that. It actually goes in between there, which you almost never gonna take out. But since an O-ring kit, it comes with one. This part right here, this kind of clear one, that one goes into this little ring part of it right there. This black one right here, it goes. This black one actually goes right there. And this one right here, it goes right there, right where the blue one is. This kind of white color, it goes right there on your puncture adapter. And now you have three little tiny O-ring left. And this is where we're going to go into the back of the gun. All right, the back of the gun. I'm going to use this one here because I have this. I'm going to show this one because I already disassembled it. All right, use this wrench here. I'm going to remove this part right here. That's the valve that goes inside here. Right there, that's the valve cover. All right, now the valve adjuster, it goes there. And inside there, very bottom, there is a smaller valve. You use the small wrench, and you have to remove that out. Once you loosen it out, you can pull it out using your wrench, just like that. The way I did it, I wedge it on the side and then pull it out. So you can see the tiny little valve in there. All right. So the remaining three O-rings, there's a small white one that goes there. and you have two of these O-rings right here, and you can see that there are two more O-rings on this assembly. There's one right under the spring. Okay, so the smaller one right here, it goes onto here, and then there's a bigger one. It can go either there or there. This, in other words, you only have one O-ring, but there's two locations right there. You can use either one. If you need an extra one, just contact us. We can send you one. But this kit will have one O-ring of that size, but it goes on two locations right there. Now you can see all the parts, where it goes, and how to maintenance it. For maintenance, you can see most of the parts is already greased right here, so you don't have to do much to the mechanically moving part of the unit, and all the O-rings actually grease ready, so you don't have to do much to it. If you really want to maintain this, take it out after a few thousand shots and use the grease that provided for you in the kit, and you can grease up all the O-ring. And if you want to keep this part right here, and to keep the pin from not drying up the O-ring inside, after a few uses, just drop a little oil in there. That will keep the part from moving back and forth freely. That way the O-ring isn't going to dry up. But for this unit right here, there is no replacement to it. The valve, it's built already, so if there's a leak, you just have to replace the entire valve rather than go in there and replace the seal inside. All right, going to show really quick on how to put this back together. Note that I took out the valve from this unit right here, which I'm not going to put back. We're just going to put back the basic unit that we took apart together. You almost never have to go into this valve section unless it's leaking. Most of the leak occur in the piston and the bolt assembly. I want you to note this cover right here is what housed these balls inside, and these balls is what keep the ball from falling out. You can just replace it by just take this out. You almost never have to do this, but if you do, you have the parts to do so. Right there, take the cover out, the springs under there, that's your white ball that goes in there. And to put it back, you just stick it in there. Really simple. Make it nice and center, and then put the cover back on, and then secure it back together. That's pretty much it. So now I'm going to show you how to put this whole thing back together. All right, first you want to put this valve assembly back. Just drop it all the way down to the bottom right there. Or you can put the sear back together. We're going to take this pin out first right here. This one's going to help us install it easier. And now you're going to put this sear back in, this pin back there. And you're going to put this back one first. So we're going to put the spring right there, and then there's a pin right here. Just put it in. Just bring in. Next thing you do is you're going to put this other pin in that holds the sear together right there. Align it together, and then put this bigger one in. That's it. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to push this down like this right here, push it forward, and then insert the other spring in, push it forward down, and then put the other pin in. So here we go. So first we're gonna push it down, exposing that other pin location, and then stick it in. All right, push a pin in, and now you can see how it looks right there. Next, you're gonna put the cover back on. Goes right here. Just line right up, and then put your screw back in to hold the cover in place. Right there. And your transfer rod right here. This one goes right behind there. Just make sure it goes in right there. Push that little tab up a little bit, and that's where it goes. And put the screw in. All right, next part, we're gonna put in the transfer rod right here. Put in the rod, put into the hole right there, and then align to a little tab. And this little spring right here, that right there, see the spring? Pull it down, and it's gonna just go against that little rod to keep that rod together. This is trigger spring right here, and this little trigger spring, you need to tuck it right behind the trigger in the pocket right there. You don't want to install with the spring popped out like this on the side. See that is sticking out on the side right there? That will not work if you install it. You need to tuck it in to the little latch right there on the trigger before you install it, just like that. And that's it. You want to keep it down with your finger like this, and put it back into your body. Hold it down, pull the trigger just like this, and now slide into your body. That's it. Put a screw back in. Same thing with the back. There you go. Now we'll put our piston housing back right there. Put the valve in to the gun. Put the cap on. In, nice and firm. And rotate a couple of turns until the thread gets started. And you can feel the tension. That's when you pull the trigger. You can hear the click, and then continue to turn in your piston. That's pretty much it. On the magazine wise, I've seen a lot of magazine where this little tab right here sometimes it's popped out like this, and what happened is it gets stuck into your frame. So when you check your magazine, make sure the tab doesn't stick out like that. If it does, all you have to do is kind of pull it, put it back together, and that's it. So double check that little tab. If you get a magazine that's sticking or doesn't want to come out freely, check that little tab right there. All right, guys, if you have a question, comment, concern, visit our website, mcsus.com or defenseinnovation.com, and we'll support you. Thanks for watching.